Nigeria has recorded 97 new cases of COVID-19. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control announced this on Sunday, revealing that new infections were recorded in 11 states and the FCT. Of the new cases, 46 were recorded in Lagos, 12 were recorded in Kwara, 11 in Rivers, 4 in Adamawa, Niger, Ogun and Osun, 3 in Ekiti, Imo and Kaduna, 2 in Plateau and 1 in the FCT. This brings the total infections recorded in the country to 57,242, while 48,569 have recovered, and 1,098 died, unfortunately. Away from COVID, the Christian Association of Nigeria, Lagos State, has commended the decision of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to fully reopen churches, saying it is the right thing to do. But the Nigerian Medical Association Lagos chapter described the decision to fully open worship centers in the state as hasty. The chairman of CAN, Apostle Alexander Bangbola, argues that prayers were responsible for the minimal effects of the virus in the state. He said a minimum of 30 million Nigerians were expected to die from COVID-19 pandemic, but God prevented it. The cleric, however, added that the Christian Association of Nigeria would ask worship centers to keep to all safety measures to prevent further spread of COVID-19. But reacting, the chairman, Lagos NMA Committee on COVID-19 Response, Dr. Japhet Olubodi, said the state should have waited a while before the reopening of churches. Joining us on this matter, we have Reverend David Johnson, who is a clergyman with Foursquare Gospel Church, Shomolu, Lagos. Good to have you, Reverend Johnson.
Yeah, good morning.
Do you think the church is ready for this Lagos state government directive? Are we ready?
Well, from the very onset, when the COVID issue came up, I'm sure that initially it was looking very bleak and lines were not clear then. But as the progress came on and we decided, we began to see as things unfolded in Nigeria and other parts of the economy was opening, the markets were opening. And then we looked at the church, and the church is more organized than those other places, more organized because we know we'll take more precaution. We're able to control our people. And so we felt the church was ready. And then by the time we looked in and we started with the partial lockdown, we saw that we were able to control things. The church is ready. The church is ready.
All right. What has been your experience with the partial reopening, even with the partial reopening that is currently going on so far?
Well, from my own organization, you will know very well that Foursquare, we don't just take decisions without the control from the national. All right. So as we were reopening, we opened gradually, and we were following all the guidelines from the government, and we're even going beyond that. Like I told you, where the church is organized. If there's anything that is organized in this country, is the church too. Of course, there are other areas of the church. There are other churches that are little churches here and there that still have their challenges.
Yeah,
but majorly, churches that are under a very structured, they're organized, and my experience is fine. We were opening gradually, and we were able to take all the measures, and we've not had any challenge.
Reverend Johnson, let's talk a little bit more about, these smaller churches that you referred to. I would imagine that it's easy to be able to keep to the protocols in bigger churches. But how about smaller churches in, rural areas who may not even have access to water, to hand sanitizers and face masks and the likes? What's the situation there?
Well, like I said earlier, we do not desire that our people get hurt or get infected or become a challenge to the society. And every church has a leader. We have a pastor. Even if you are in a rural area, I am sure there has been some sensitizations going on in those places too, from the government, as much as they could. All right. And except the church is run by someone who is not existing in this world at all. they would definitely put some measures. It may not be as solid as the churches in the city, but you may not have sanitizers, but you have other things that are added. They could still get bowls to wash their hands. They could still arrange their people with the gap that is necessary within and keep distance as required. And I'm sure everyone is interested in the well-being of their people and of the nation. And so they would put some measures and definitely be ready to do something.
Another important advice from the authority is that, 65 years above are discouraged from attending, as well as children. How can that be managed if you don't have children and these people who fall into that age bracket? How do you intend to manage that?
Well, we're still appealing to the government on that from our leaders, from the CAN and others. It's a big challenge to us. Imagine you leaving home and leaving your children behind. You understand? Leaving them behind and you're in church. Of course, it's challenging. For us, like I said, we have been told, even while we were doing the gradual lockdown, we were holding our programs in homes. We were holding them in little cells, and the children were part of these cells, and we've not had crisis from there. You understand? It's just about some caution. It's just about some care, some carefulness. You understand? So we are still appealing. It's challenging to leave our children behind. We feel that if they allow us all coming, and we have some churches have resorted to about 2-3 services, even though they were having one service before, just to be able to maintain order and the distance. So if the children come in, it should be also the same. So we're having that challenge, and we're pleading and appealing, thinking that the government will listen. For the aged, yes, we can afford to let them stay if it is critical. But I still think that 65 years old man is not a fool, and not all 65 years old men are not in order in their mind.
All right, old men and women.
What a 50-year-old man would do, a 65-year-old man would do equally. So
all
that's
right,
what I think about.
David,
So
we would wrap it there. Thank you so very much for your contributions, and keep staying safe out there. Continuing with the news, the Joint Health Sector Unions, JOHESU, has suspended its 7-day warning strike across the country. In a statement issued by its national pact on the warning strike on September the 14th, following the failure of the government to meet their demands.
Thank you. The great people of Edo State have spoken, and they have spoken loud and clear. We thank God Almighty and give Him all the glory for this victory. Thank you, President Muhammadu Buhari, for defending our democracy and allowing the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, and the security services to perform their constitutional functions without interference. INEC and the security services have shown Nigerians and the world indeed that they are capable of conducting free and credible elections. Words fail me in saluting the timid supporters who displayed courage in the face of threats, intimidation, and brutalization. The collective will of Edo people made it possible for us to triumph over Godfatherism.
And the candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the 2020 Edo State governorship election, Osagie Ize-Iyamu, has admitted that he lost the election. Ize-Iyamu agreed that the People's Democratic Party won the election, and he has since congratulated the opposition party. The Independent National Electoral Commission on Sunday afternoon declared PDP's candidate, Governor Godwin Obaseki, winner of the keenly contested election. INEC's returning officer, Professor Akpofure Rim Ruke, who announced the results of the election, said Obaseki polled 307,955 votes to defeat his closest rival, Ize-Iyamu, who got 223,619 votes. Rim Ruke, while declaring Obaseki winner, said the incumbent governor was was returned elected after satisfying all requirements in line with the law. And President Muhammadu Buhari has commended the election process in Edo State, which led to the victory of Governor Godwin Obaseki, as declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The President, in a statement by Garba Shehu, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, congratulated the winner and urged him to show grace and humility in victory. In his reaction to the outcome of the election as announced by INEC, President Muhammadu Buhari said, and I quote, "My commitment to free and fair election is firm, because without free and fair elections, the foundation of our political and moral authority will be weak." End of quote. He commended the people of Edo State, the parties, the candidates, and security agencies for conducting themselves responsibly. Meanwhile, former President Goodluck Jonathan says the re-elected governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, must ensure that he governs all people of his state without any partisan bias. Jonathan, who made the admonition in a series of tweets on Sunday, congratulated the candidate of the People's Democratic Party and also congratulated the electoral umpire for overseeing the polls successfully. The former president was of the opinion that democracy can only be consolidated to promote good governance in Nigeria and Africa when elections become credible, transparent, and truly represent the wish of the voters. Foul play in the election. It, however, called on its members to stay calm, and in a statement titled "APC Alleges Skewed Election to Decide Next Step," issued by the chairman of its Media Campaign Council, John Mayaki, the party rejected the result of the election. The party also claimed there was arbitrary arrest of its members who could have resisted rigging. He said Obaseki was busy diverting attention with a false alarm. Well, Election Observation Group Yaga Africa has confirmed that the result released by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) on the Edo State governorship polls matches results collated from the field. Yaga Africa, while releasing its preliminary post-election report on the results released by INEC, says that it's watching the vote initiative, which deployed about 500 observers across 250 polling units in the state, can authoritatively confirm that INEC's result is consistent with those received from its observers on the field.
And at 11% of polling units, polling officials recounted the ballot papers. At 95% of polling units, the official results were posted for the public to see, which is commendable. At 68% of polling units, presiding officers used the smart card reader to transmit the results from the polling units. At 74% of polling units, the presiding officers used the electronic tablet to transmit the results from EC8A.
The INEC official results for the 2020 Edo State gubernatorial election is consistent with the Yaga Africa Watching the Vote estimate. Had the official results been changed at the ward, local government area or state collation centers, the official results would not have fallen within Yaga Africa Watching the Vote estimated ranges. Because the official results fall within the estimated ranges, governorship contestants, parties, and voters should have confidence that the Independent National Electoral Commission's official results for the 2020 Edo gubernatorial election reflects the ballots cast at the polling units. It is important to highlight that the counting process at the polling units was transparent and included representatives from the two political parties that received most of the votes.
Quality wire, and quality cables. Quality cables. For quality wire, quality cables. Coleman will light up your life, brothers. It's Coleman. Original quality wire. Wait there, can't pay. Cable for any type of project. Delay. Light up your life, light up your house. Coleman won't light up your life. Coleman Baba. Who be the master for cable? Coleman. Who be the master for wire? Coleman. Original quality cable. Coleman. When you feature for any kind of project. Coleman. Original quality. Durable. Trustable.
And now to the rest of Africa. Military personnel have been put on alert in Cameroon for 4 days, starting from Monday, over fears of Tuesday's protest, which, according to government, could cause severe public disorder. Members of the government have been quick to criticize the call for protest made by opposition leader Maurice Kamto, labeling his movement as an insurrection, forbidding all demonstration. Maurice Kamto, leader of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement, has been calling for peaceful protests, demanding that President Paul Biya steps down and that regional elections in the Anglophone regions be reformed, so to include the marginalized communities. And Côte d'Ivoire main presidential election challenger and a group of opposition parties have called for a civil disobedience campaign to stop President Alassane Ouattara's bid for a third term on October the 31st. The election is seen as one of the biggest tests of the stability of the West African nation since a disputed election led to a brief civil war in 2010 to 2011. Côte d'Ivoire's Constitutional Council has cleared Ouattara, former President Henry Konan Bedi, and 2 other candidates to contest in the vote. Bedi told a packed opposition PDCI party hall in Abidjan that the parties, after a meeting on Sunday, had come together to stop Ouattara's third-term bid. At least a dozen people have been killed since anti-Ouattara riots broke out last month after he declared he would run following the sudden death of his hand-picked successor in July. And that will be it from the rest of Africa. Now to the foreign scene, where HSBC has allowed fraudsters to transfer millions of dollars around the world, even after it had learned of their scam, and leaked secret files show. Britain's biggest bank moved the money through its U.S. business to HSBC account in Hong Kong in 2013 and in 2014. Its role in the fraud is detailed in a leak of documents, which is bank's suspicious activity reports that have been called the FinCEN files. And HSBC says it has always met its legal duties on reporting such activity. Now, Donald Trump's move to replace the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader before the presidential election is an abuse of power. This is according to his Democratic rival, Joe Biden. President Trump has said he will next week nominate a woman to replace the long-standing liberal justice. Biden has urged Senate Republicans to delay a confirmation vote on the same. Ginsburg, a liberal icon and feminist standard-bearer, died on Friday at the age of 87.
Her granddaughter said yesterday, and said publicly, that her dying words were, quote, "My most fervent wish is that I not be replaced until a new president is installed. If Donald Trump wins the election, then the Senate should move on his selection and weigh the nominee he chooses fairly. But if I win the selection, President Trump's nominee should be withdrawn. And as a new president, I should be the one who nominates Justice Ginsburg's successor, a nominee who should get a fair hearing in the Senate before a confirmation hearing, before a confirmation vote, I should say, after a confirmation hearing."
And in the business news, the Central Bank of Nigeria has launched a massive investigation into forex exchange transactions by 71 companies after preliminary reviews raised suspicions of possible infractions and contravention of extant foreign exchange laws and rules. Sources close to the Apex Bank confirmed the investigation of many leading companies in key sectors of the economy, including healthcare, food manufacturing, agriculture, oil and gas, energy, financial services, and trading, among others. This is the largest forex probe in recent period, and the Apex Bank in August launched 2 separate investigations on the matter. And now in sports, Diego beat Denis Shapovalov 6-4, 5-7, 7-6-4 on Sunday to book an Italian Open final date with Novak Djokovic on Monday. Schwartzman, who knocked out Nadal in the quarterfinals on Saturday, will break into the top 10 of the rankings if he beats Djokovic in the title clash. The Argentine bested the young Canadian in a dramatic back-and-forth match that ended in a tense third-set tiebreak. Djokovic, meanwhile, was made work hard by Casper Ruud in blustery conditions before the world number one got past the unseeded Norwegian in 7-5, 6-3 in the earlier semi-finals. And that's it in sports and also our news roundup of events at this hour. For more news and updates, please follow us at Plus TV Africa on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram. Remember also to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is at Plus TV Africa. We'll be back again with more stories making the headlines. Please do join us again. I am Amaka Okoye, reminding you to keep staying safe out there.
Welcome to The Breakfast, where we unbundle top and big stories of the day.
Is vaccine the only way out of this pandemic?
No, definitely not.
Many Ghanaians just want a peaceful election and they are hoping there will be no rigging.
There is nothing bad in borrowing for infrastructure. The minister added that he was impressed.
Please come and see yourself what we are doing with the money we are borrowing.
It's very important. The way we brand ourselves is the way people will carry us.
It's just the driver of the two vehicles that were completely burned. This one was here screaming.
What do you recommend the government do to support this sector?
Direct intervention, that's what every government all over the world has done.
We are not a parallel security structure. Amoteco Corps is a complementary corps.
What I will not encourage Christians to do is to carry dagger and follow anybody. No.
Join us on The Breakfast, 7 a.m. Mondays to Fridays.
Many thanks for joining us on News on the Hour on Plus TV Africa.
State government has approved a bill for the establishment of State Security Network Agency, Amoteco.
We have the highest number of extremely poor people in the world.
He's not concerned about lecturers that are raping students that are under their care. He's concerned about them being stigmatized.
And I can tell you that he will get the result in full measure. He cannot avoid responsibility.
Why the focus on Africa at this point?
The news only cover, one side of Africa. So we always felt like the picture is incomplete. So we need the whole picture.
65% of these people, whom we term as the urban poor, live in settlements, otherwise known as slums.
This is just the tip of the iceberg of the road situations in Lagos, from the mainland to the island.
It's been a closed-door security meeting as the retreat for senior police officers hits day 3.
There's this basket or there's this bowl that we all come to the center to pick from. Everybody has to see Nigeria as an investment vehicle, not as a distributive mechanism.
Still on the foreign scenes, Russia has flatly denied allegations that is spreading disinformation about the new coronavirus outbreak on social media.
Australian Open debutant Coco Gauff defeated defending champion Naomi Osaka in 2 straight sets.
Kenneth Okonkwo Kanayo and Bob Manuel Udoku have been conferred with the Veteran Actor of Nigeria Award.
This is Plus TV Africa.
Plus TV Africa.
Plus TV Africa.
Big stories live here.
It is engagement we need to have.
Those who suffer miscarriages are never taken into account.
Members of the National Assembly are also influence peddlers.
You are sitting on Nigerians' money.
From the Babin, I pay my rent. From the Babin, I send my children to school.
A consultative engagement.
No any tangible notification before they ban us.
It's one thing for people to be at your back and the heat of the moment, and another thing for them to still be with you when push comes to shove.
I will do everything to take Lagos out of the national grid.
Either spilling or sipping, one thing you can be sure of is we got tea. Welcome to the latest entertainment news analysis show on the planet. This is Tea Time on Plus TV Africa. I'm Ifeoluwa Oshinke and I'm here with the smart and intelligent Ife Omai. And before we dive into the conversation for the day, you can join the conversation by sending in your messages on to 0906-000-5719. I repeat, 0906-5719. How you doing, man?
I'm having a flu, so you're just gonna have to work with me today.
Don't worry. I got you. You know I always got your back, man. I always got your back, man. You're the yin to my yang. And by the way, in case you guys are wondering where Elsie is, she's somewhere in the world having fun. Don't
Living her best
You know
life.
what? Do not call. Just leave her. She deserves the rest. She's been working all year long, all year round, and. As you know, Elsie very hardworking, so she deserves the rest. So please let her enjoy this time.
If it's not that you're sending my girl money, just don't.
Yes, the only time you should call is send that money and put my own interest for doing this adverts. Do you want to?
Yes, now, of course.
All right, now you know what's up. Elsie, we love you, yeah? Enjoy your break. All right, so first on our lineup is Big Brother Naija, which we cannot help but talk about.
Of course. Just
recently, we had Kid Wire and Prince in the studio, and the recent eviction took place last night, and it was Tricky T and Ozo who left.
Yes.
The
I mean,
Big
Tricky T
Brother.
was a given. I mean, I feel like they didn't even bother to, campaign or whatever because the competition was just really tight. But to be very honest with you, I couldn't put my finger on it to say, for sure, this person is going home with Tricky T. I think either person will have been a surprise. I was kind of confident with Liko, not gonna lie. Kind of a lot more confident, but between Dorothy, it was, of course, he's winning now. It's obvious now.
Okay,
he's winning. But between Dorothy and Ozo, I feel like Ozo's game lately with Nengi is probably the reason why, the votes came out the way they did, because he's had numbers for a while. But I think he started to lose followers with the way he was always chasing and stuff.
Because they would say if it was a guy, they would say I'm eating on a brother. But thank God, the first thing that came out of his mouth when he had the conversation with Ebuka, I think it was the highlight of the whole eviction, if you ask me. Tricky T didn't come as a surprise that much. But also, when it came out, the first thing I said, a lot of people think I'm a dum-dum. So you knew you were doing the wrong thing, so why did you stick to it? So I say it like Ozo was playing a game. It was a strategy. Nengi was a strategy, but obviously not a good one.
You think so?
Yes, because...
I think my guy was honestly cuffed, like, so given to this babe. I don't think he could help himself.
Find and cast.
I really don't think Ozo could have he could have done any better. Like, I don't know if you've ever felt that way where you're telling yourself, like, stop, what are you doing? This is embarrassing. This guy.
But did you notice when he got evicted and then he didn't have any other conversation with anyone else in the house? He just said, I love you.
It was so
well,
weird.
before we continue this, we need to go on a quick break and tea time. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hey, chakalaka chepache, koshira koshara. This is Bayu, and you're watching Tea Time on Plus TV Africa.
Honey!
Daddy, please, can I go out with you and Mommy tonight?
Sure thing, sweetie. Get your shoes and we go.
Promise?
You have my word.
Daddy!
You know I wouldn't leave without you, my princess.
Stay safe. Maintain social distance. We are Fidelity. We keep our word.
Introducing the new and tasty Peak Yogurt. The nourishment to be you, do you, and go go for you. Peak yogurt comes in orange, strawberry, and plain sweetened flavour. All available in nearby stores.
Go for you, must go reach my peak.
Hi, my name is Olugede Amola Salako. Keep watching Tea Time on Plus TV Africa. Don't touch that down.
Welcome back. This is still Tea Time on Plus TV Africa. But before we move on to this next story, we were having a conversation about
Yes, we were.
Ozo's cringe behavior during his eviction. Right?
I didn't like it. I felt like he did a bit too much with that.
Way too much.
I mean, yeah, you can pursue someone, but there's a very thin line between pursuing someone and just being a nuisance. And I think he's crossing it. But he's crossing it so cutely that it's kind of like a mind game that you can't really vex for him because he's polite about it. But it's kind of weird. Well, and then all these celebrities that are outside saying, I want a son like, I want an in-law like Ozo. I feel, to be honest with you personally, I feel like that's just because they know that when he comes out of the house, they might have interactions with him. If this was an irrelevant person, I don't think we would be this gracious. You'd be like, guy, calm down.
I saw a tweet, though, in his defense, in Ozo's defense, and I think I kind of agree with it. It says the only reason people are bashing Ozo is because we've thrown away the culture of courtship. You know, the whole way our parents chased each other, you know, the father will...
You see, I like your statement, chased each other.
Okay.
Each other. Not one person... This babe, there's too many highlights of this babe begging him, stop it. I'm not interested. This and that. Like, she's not. Well, the tears, I don't know. The whole thing's just confusing.
Hot tears for Ozo anyway, but we will be having him on Thursday. So I think we'll hear from the horse's mouth what is actually going on in his space. You know, in case we can be of help in any way. But let's move on to the next story real quick. Concerns arise for Mr. West once more as it took to microblogging site Twitter to write, "Nothing. I am going to war and putting my life on the line. And if I am murdered, don't ever let white people tell you I wasn't a good man. When people threaten to take you out of my life, just know I love you." And many fans in response to this have reached out to Mr. West, voicing their concerns with replies like, "We saw your deleted tweet," because he deleted this almost immediately. And I think this is another worrisome tweet. This is not the first time, you know, Kanye West has put us on our tippy toes with his tweets and his reasoning. So I think in this case, I
feel like one thing I'm beginning to see is that he has a really strong bond with North. If you don't know much about him, you think that he has only one child because he keeps talking about North. So that in itself is a bit weird, sort of. Like, why to your kids? I mean, you have 3 others. But I think they're trying to get a human intervention, as anyone would. I feel like I don't even care that much about Kanye West. So if I was his family, of course, I'll be trying to figure out how to give him the best help. So I don't think that is too far to believe. But that his life is on the line, obviously. I'm going to blame that on mental health.
I think I'm going to put it this way. They always say politics is a dirty game. He's getting involved in politics. He's stepping on a lot of toes, even though he's getting cancelled, even though we know he's not going to win. But there are people that feel like he's working against their... what's it called now? Their manifesto, their strategy.
You really think someone's trying to kill
No,
Kanye
I'm not
West?
talking about... Kanye West can be paranoid. We know that he even gets paranoid over stuff that is not as serious as election and stuff. But we know he is paranoid, but there's no lies. If it was somebody else who came to say this, I think we would be more concerned because we know how politics is, especially for a black man in a white-dominated country. So I think it calls for concern. So I don't think we should just throw this completely away just in case something happens, but because it's a Kanye West, I think we're ignoring it a bit too.
And I guess that's the problem with having bipolar disorder, is that your truth is very blurred up with the hallucinations. Like, we don't know when we're supposed to take you seriously, when we're not supposed to take you seriously. Either ways, I feel like this is not honestly for tea time. It's not for me. It's definitely for him and his family to try and figure out how to get him the best help. I think they have enough resources, both by like people resources and wealth resources, to try and give him the best kind of assistance that he needs. I don't think he's very willing, based on from the tweets that I've seen. I don't think he even sees that he has a problem per se. But I still feel like if you get, professional help, they can do something about it. But getting Twitter off his hands will would help a lot, I think.
Yeah, I believe so too. And you know, we were supposed to talk about Made in Lagos, but before we talk about Made in Lagos, we can talk about during the afternoon show. Trust me, we have something super extraordinary that is made in Lagos, and you will see that right after the break. Tea time. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hello, wonderful people. My name is Olaide Bakari, aka Alaja Tio. Come on, keep watching Tea Time on Plus TV Africa. Don't change that dial.
Here are the things to do to avoid getting or spreading the coronavirus. Always wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water. Carry with you and use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer at all times. Avoid touching your face unnecessarily. When you cough or sneeze, do so in a bent elbow and not in your hands. If you cough or sneeze on a tissue, dispose immediately. Endeavor to wear a face mask when you go out. Dispose of the face mask properly after use. Should you feel unwell and show symptoms, call the NCDC and follow their instructions. Stay safe. Maintain social distance. Fidelity cares about you.
In a world of overwhelming voices, where everyone has something to say, it is important that we bring the core issues to the fore.
As we lend our voices to inspire, inform, influence, and provoke your thoughts and action.
We want to hear these issues and know what you are saying. This is not just women talking.
It is an evocative program that touches the core of our existence.
We take on topics some may consider taboo and want to sweep under the carpet. We understand that what touches one touches all. We know you have a lot to say, so let's hear you.
We can't talk about education reform if we don't decolonize our education system.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize. Because it's just cultural. And I think it's just human nature.
They stop paying us salary. I don't like remembering it.
I am angry at Nigeria. I'm angry at this government which seems to be letting us down. I'm angry at us as a people.
In the process of struggling to free myself from his hand, he tore my pants and he raped me.
Yes, I commit the offense truly.
Young girl, do you know where you are going? I say, I'm going to America. I say, oh. Now so that they talk, you are going to Libya. Which America?
As it then do mark our place, some people they die now.
This is Plus TV Africa. Big stories live here.
But we won't be doing the performance, but if you want to catch up, just stay tuned to our YouTube channel. What's good? Welcome to the show, bro. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Not blessed.
And that wasn't deliberate, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
My favorite line in the whole mixtape is Alele. But let's talk about the lost tapes, right? Your name Ledge, first of all, you need to explain to us that. And where did you lose the tapes? Because I believe that how did you find them back, and what made you feel like this is what the people need to listen to right now?
Yeah. Okay. So
let's start with Ledge.
Okay, Ledge. The true story behind Ledge was like, this was from secondary school, high school, like when some guys wanted to like, hey, what's up, man? So how's that? I'm like, they're like, yeah, what does that mean? And I don't tell you that guy, I'm trying to tell you like later. I'm like, no, no. So I'm like, it means like Ledge. They're like, what's Ledge? I'm like, legit, I'm doing something legit right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just like, it came from whining. You know what I'm saying? My name was Young C, YC at that time, so funny enough, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm like, yeah, Young C, aka Ledge, and from there, everybody's just calling me Ledge. You know what I'm saying? So the name stuck from there.
And you live life on the edge.
Well, the name now grew on me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I later found out that, I mean, like, the lifestyle and everything, you know what I'm saying, things I've been through, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, the latter question, I want to know though, like, why do you think we need to hear the sound now? Why did you even bother to go try and retrieve these lost files? What's so important about it?
Yeah, basically because people that heard it said these songs cannot waste.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I have my newer jams. Like
Right.
I'm really just listen to it.
Okay, I want to know more about your sound though. For someone who's watching right now, doesn't know who you are, how would you describe your sound? Like what's special about you that is different from every other kid on the block?
I'll say I make soul music, I connect. You know what I'm saying? Like you can feel the pain from the vocals, you know what I'm saying, from everything. You can feel like, you know what I'm saying, emotions, real emotions going through the production of that, you know what I'm saying, record, yeah.
Okay,
Speaking of, go on. No, go on. Go on.
I want to know for your upcoming artist, what is your journey like? What's the struggle? What's that biggest thing in the industry that you're just like, oh, bro, if you could take this out, I would be doing a lot better. Or if you could add this.
So sometimes in my music, you know what I'm saying, I try to like let you know how I feel and let you understand where I'm coming from, because I feel like they're
listen to the bad kind of music and all of that, but you're doing something real, you know, real hip hop. How do you think you're gonna make this happen for yourself, that you bring hip hop back?
Okay, so it's very easy. I just hop on their back, kill it, then show them that
like laundry.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Like
I just show them that the back is really just back. You know what I'm saying? Like listen to real music.
Let's talk about your family though. What's that been like? Have you always had support? Do you have the support right now? Obviously, if you're born and raised in Nigeria or you have African parents, music isn't something, except you're in a special type of home and your oxygen is different, but music isn't something people are going like, yes, my son, I'm so proud of you. So take us through that journey. How's that like? How was it like before? How is it like now?
So basically, when I was growing up, because my dad and my mom, they knew about, like, they allowed me to do my music because I started showing them signs, like, when I was, like, 3. I wasn't even aware, you know what I'm saying? Like, when they used to pray, you know what I'm saying? Like, morning devotions and stuff, I'll just be drumming on the table, like, you know what I'm saying? Then, like, this boy likes music. So, like, over a few years, you know what I'm saying? Like, they noticed that I stayed drumming in church, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when this whole I want to be an artist came up, it wasn't really a surprise to my dad like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, he was really supportive, but he tried to hold me back because he knows, I mean, he's older, so he knows what, you know what I'm saying, really goes down and all that, you know what I'm saying? So there was some restrictions, and a hard head like me, you know what I'm saying, I was always...
Did he make you finish school? Are you done with school?
Not yet,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like, he was always on
I can imagine that.
Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? So basically he saw the moves I was making himself, you know what I'm saying? And I think he started believing in me. Then it was 2018, I was meant to come back to renew my visa and go back, but unfortunately, he passed,
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
All right, so, you know, a lot of people, I'm sure they're already on the streaming platforms, you know, trying to find out where's the lost tapes, what's going on there, and I'm sure they can't find it yet because it's unreleased, right? Yeah, so tell us what's going on. Tell us where we can find the lost tapes.
Actually, and you can find it on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud.
Everywhere, basically.
Yeah.
So when did that drop, though? Because that sounds new to me.
It dropped today.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I gotta go get it, that kind of...
And all our exclusive content by subscribing to our YouTube channel, Plus TV Africa. My thank you, as always, we go to my co-anchor, Ife Omai, and our studio guest, General Ledge, and the entire production team. Thank you for watching Plus TV Africa's Tea Time. My name is Ifeolu Oshikeye, and the lost tape. Do not forget. Ciao.
And if you need the money, nigga, please get a fuck on my face. Mama need a new car, new shoes.
Many thanks for joining us on News on the Hour on Plus TV Africa.
State government has approved a bill for the establishment of State Security Network Agency, Amotekun.
We have the highest number of extremely poor people in the world.
He's not concerned about lecturers that are raping students that are under their care. He's concerned about them being stigmatized.
And I can tell you that he will get the result in full measure. He cannot avoid responsibility.
Why the focus on Africa at this point?
The news only cover, one side of Africa, so we always felt like the picture is incomplete, so we need the whole picture.
65% of these people, whom we term as the urban poor, live in settlements, otherwise known as slums.
This is just the tip of the iceberg of the road situations in Lagos, from the mainland to the island.
It's been a closed-door security meeting as the retreat for senior police officers hits day 3.
There's this basket or there's this bowl that we all come to the center to pick from. Everybody has to see Nigeria as an investment vehicle, not as a distributive mechanism.
Still on the foreign scenes, Russia has flatly denied allegations that is spreading disinformation about the new coronavirus outbreak on social media.
Australian Open debutant Coco Gauff defeated defending champion Naomi Osaka in 2 straight sets.
Kenneth Okonkwo, Kanayo Kanayo and Bob Manuel Udoku have been conferred with the Veteran Actor of Nigeria Award.
This is Plus TV Africa.
Plus TV Africa.
Plus TV Africa.
Big stories live here.
It is engagement we need to have.
Those who suffer miscarriages are never taken into account.
Members of the National Assembly are also
to take Lagos out of the national grid.
It's the way people will carry us. It's just the driver of the 2 vehicles that will
end up as a useless child. I see them every day.
Most times I worry more about where I'm coming from and where I am now. And that determines my next step.
Why are you sounding like
Alibaba
now?
Plus TV Africa, we're feeling good. No time to dollar, everybody feeling alright.
I really like you.
I can still make music and people are still buying. Sometimes I look myself minimal IU.
Akpala music is for mature-minded people. I got DMs sometimes from Malawi like,
Sleeping early.
Recorded for Lagos, 12 for Kwara, 11 for Rivers, 4 inside Adamawa, Niger, Ogun and Osun, 3 inside Ekiti, Imo and Kaduna, 2 inside the Plateau and 1 for inside the FCT. And this one don't bring the total infection number we then record for the country to be 57,242, and while 48,569 people they don't recover, and then 1,098 people don't die. Yes, so the Christian Association of Obodo Naija Lagos State chapter, they don't clap hand to give the decision of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to fully reopen churches, saying that the correct thing to do. But the Nigeria Medical Association Lagos chapter then described the decision to fully open worship center for the state and say then they rush am too much. The chairman of CAN, Apostle Alexander Bangbola, argue say prayers now they responsible for the shinkily badness and what the virus don't do for the state. And he still say minimum of 30 million Nigeria people and 9 been they expected to die from this corona matter, and but say God no agree. The cleric been still here and say can then go tell worship centers make them keep all safety measures so that then go prevent more spread of corona. But as in the react the chairman Lagos NMA committee on top and corona matter, Dr. Then suppose